This program contains true stories of rescues. All of the 911 calls you will hear are real. Whenever possible, the actual people involved have helped us reconstruct the events as they happened.
There's nothing routine about saving lives. Each crisis poses its own unique set of problems. This story is not a recreation. It's one case that faced an emergency room team at the University Hospital Trauma Center in Newark, New Jersey on the night of February 24th, 1991.
The trauma room is organized chaos. Everyone has a job to do, kind of like a pit crew. You take one piece and everyone gets a tire, and it's kind of the medical equivalent.
8:27 p.m. A severely wounded young man is helped into the emergency room.
Okay.
Dr. Carmela Sophia assesses the victim's injury, while the two young women who brought him in wait outside.
Give me some gloves. He was stabbed in the back.
What's your name? Take a deep breath. Come on, take a deep breath. Come on, inhale.
Right away, you listen to his lungs to see if you hear decreased breath sounds on the side he was stabbed. His breathing wasn't as deep as it should have been.
Any size.
Assistant head nurse Mary Beth Labb is also on duty.
Come on, honey, roll over. I kept giving him directions to try and get him up on a stretcher and sit up in the bed.
What happened? Tell me what happened.
I know it hurts, but you gotta listen to everybody and do what they're telling you to do. Then the officer finally stopped me and said, no, he's unable to speak. Then I realized that he was deaf and wasn't able to speak on his own. Do you read lips, though? You read lips. How big are the knife?
Huh? Where's that one?
Do you know how much went in? Just he hit you hard. He hit him hard with the knife. You're gonna be okay. No, honey, you're not gonna. You're not gonna. You're gonna be okay. Listen to me. Listen to me. Come on. Listen to me. Listen. You're gonna be okay. All right. You're gonna be fine. Okay. That makes my heart go out to somebody. It makes me want to stay there even more and hold his hand and keep telling him, I know you're not going to die. You just have to hang in there and you have to believe me. Where were you? At home?
Your girlfriend's house.
Your girlfriend's house?
Ask him who Carrie is.
Who's Carrie? Carrie? Carrie.
In your wallet.
Carrie.
There's a name.
Who is that? Your ex-girlfriend. We won't call her.
No.
That explains everything.
Once the victim is stabilized, his hearing-impaired girlfriend and her sister, who were waiting outside, are brought in to help the trauma team communicate.
Okay, has he ever taken any medicine that's made him sick? No medicine problem?
X-rays reveal 23-year-old Robert Young has suffered a collapsed lung.
Listen to me. They cut you open, cut you right here, and then this goes in. And that helps you breathe, okay? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I like patients to know what's gonna happen to them, especially someone in his situation who can't communicate with us the way that he normally does. We're not gonna understand his sign. You're gonna feel a needle.
Burn.
Needle. Now it'll be numb. Okay? Numb?
Okay.
You'll feel pressure. Okay? I'll tell you when. Talk to him when you're doing this.
Okay. That means we feel a lot of pressure.
Lots of pressure.
Oh, okay, babe!
Okay. It's a very painful procedure.
Oh, okay, babe!
Okay.
It's a very painful procedure, and you just don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know the pain that you're going to feel. When they start pressing on your lung field, you feel like we're going to take your breath away. You don't feel like we're giving it back to you.
Do this. That's it. More.
It's upper rib.
Yep, I know this.
That's it. That's it. Good.
Is it okay, Rick?
14.
That should be it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Mary Beth, let's give him a 5 of morphine.
Okay.
Once the procedure is complete, Robert's mother, Alice, is allowed to see him for the first time.
He was laying there with tubes coming from everywhere. I was just so horrified.
What's your first name?
My name is Alice.
Robert is moved to another room where police question him about the stabbing.
Then come on, dear. I don't know. You won't be my husband.
Yeah, he came up from behind, and he didn't know one was behind him.
He told me he wanted to talk with my girlfriend. She said she didn't want to see him, and he wouldn't listen to her or me.
Robert drinking. He was drinking.
Yeah, the suspect was drinking?
Yes.
I didn't know he had a knife. While we were fighting, he stabbed me in the back.
Pistons, Detroit.
Later that evening, 16-year-old hospital volunteer Claude Smith visits Robert in recovery.
During the 2 years that I've been working here so far, that's the first time I ever had a deaf person come into the emergency room and had to help the person out.
My baby.
Yeah. It made me feel good to talk to him in sign language some and everything. I think that helped comfort him a little more, make him feel a little better.
It was a good game. I watched the whole thing at break time, almost.
4 days later, Robert is given the news that he can go home.
The hospital's really good. They took care of me. They took care of me a lot. And I really love them for it. And they love me too.
At the end of all of this, he seemed pretty happy. He was smiling at me when he left, so that felt good. I got a chance to apologize for yelling at him.
Big baby.
I really like this hospital. But I really want to go home.
Within 6 weeks, Robert's collapsed lung completely healed.
I feel I'm fine. I feel much better. Oh, we're happy.
He's a special child. He graduated from the State School for the Deaf here in New Jersey with honors, excelled in sports there, basketball, and now he plans to go into college. I am very proud of him.
An arrest warrant for the suspect is outstanding.
I'm just so sad that this happened, but I think this is a good experience for him. I think that this is a good experience for the hospital, too. It will help people at other trauma centers and the public be more aware of deaf people, hearing impaired people.